All right. Well, so we're going to do that in medias res thing,
Mhm.
where because normally to go from Port Brax, can you guys see this red arrow moving
Yep.
around? Um, Normally to go from there, and the temple is somewhere up here. Can you see this other spot? I can click it, can't I? Here we go. Yeah. Yep. So ordinarily you could go either by sea, and you guys can choose. You can either have gotten a boat up to the edge of these mountains up here to the northeast, or you can go by foot. Doesn't really matter too much. But what
You
we'll
think
do.
we would have had? Sorry,
No,
I
go
was
go.
just wondering. You think we would have had some kind of benefactor that would have helped pay for it in some way? Because I mean, I'm at first level pretty sure none of us have
Yeah. We can say
do that.
that there's a. Let's see. What was that other guy's name? Lord
Lady
Burgolt.
Haria or something. Oh,
Yep.
Lord Berghoff.
Yes, Lord Burgolt. He can be your benefactor in the sense that he might be a collector of rare antiquities. So once you explain to him that you're considering engaging in this expedition to this temple from the Second Age, he is prepared to pay for your ship or your horses if you want to go by foot, and your rations and so on to get you from Port Brax to the temple up somewhere here on the little river inlet besides the mountains. But
Ship makes them.
yep, if you guys want to go by ship, that's fine. You guys can tell me what you want to do. So he'll pay for that, but he will, in return, he wants, say, let's say it's a 10% take of everything that you recover. Um, something like that. Unless you guys want to try and bargain him down using your no doubt impressive charisma skills. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember what anyone's charisma score, etc. was.
I think everybody has the same charisma score,
Oh
and
right.
it's not high.
All right. So let's say the base cut that he wants is 10%.
Uh,
You can try and bargain him up or down if you like, but you could easily end up in a worse position.
right.
I haven't put my 3 points on. Has everyone else put their points in already?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
put them
put
in.
my
Put them
points
in.
on.
Yeah. Okay, boat makes sense. I think Hobbs was for boat.
Yeah, I'm for boat. Core
Okay,
would be
boat.
for boat also.
Righto.
I, I, I. Agreed.
All right, boat. So you go by ship. So normally in a longer campaign, I would run the wilderness travel to arrive at the temple, which would be a bit of an adventure in itself. But because we've only got a few hours up our sleeve, we're going to skip straight to the temple. So hopefully you'll see another map in a second. All right, have you guys got another map coming up?
Yep, I see
Yep.
it.
Okay, you can probably only see. Hopefully, you can only see a bit of it with a couple of icons at the top. Oh, I've got to make Hobbs. I've got to make you a quick icon, don't I? Hang on.
While we're at it, I should mention, although Wentz might kid Core about his background, uh, Core is very distrustful and even fearful of sorcery. Um, so, however, Wentz is probably the only sorcerer he even dares to trust at all. But I imagine Core is probably prodding Wentz a little bit and making jokes about him having a mishap and turning himself into a frog or things of that nature.
Yeah, so he's built more like a thief than he is a wizard, but he
Ah,
does have wizard abilities as well. Because I don't know, in most places, being a wizard is like you can be killed for it. So,
yes, yes. Now I
but
can hear you great again, Hobbs. So,
yeah, I
yeah.
changed my sensitivity,
Aha, I see.
but I still feel like maybe our whole group maybe has that ability to joke with each other or
Yeah.
whatever, like
hmm
classic fantasy epic hero dude bros.
All right. So you travel across the Great Lake in the boat with the captain. Eventually the ship brings you up this inlet through the mountains, and your journal suggests that the temple is somewhere in this pool. So it's actually not a lagoon after all. It's supposed to be somewhere in this area behind the waterfall, you believe, and there's this massive pool down the bottom where you end up having to take your rowboat, through these last few, maybe the last few miles. You've got to row yourself up to this area. And that brings you to this pool that we've got over here.
So I don't know if you saw, but David asked if there were any particular dangers in this area to keep people away that we had heard about.
Only the usual dangers, I suppose, of the Scorn, which are the man-eating beastmen, as well as any other dangerous, monstrous creatures that might be in the mountains. No, so this area is really an unexplored, part of the region. Traveling by water is also often very dangerous because of pirates or Vanori raiders from the north. Pirates hide out in little coves to the eastern side of the Great Lake. But in addition to that, the Argosan stranglers are well known, which is sort of, I don't know if you're familiar with those. They're a sort of eel-like, they've got an eel-like body, but their upper torso is more humanoid, but with tentacles. And they are well known for, and they're about 9 foot long, they're quite large. They're well known for attacking ships that linger on the lake because they're very fond of eating people.
Let us not linger then. Core, take to the oars. I'll keep an eye out with my handy crossbow. And let's have Shand.
Shand will jump on the other side, the other oars.
All of a sudden, I can hear David.
Yeah, I can hear him too.
I can hear him too, yeah.
Oh. Well then.
Awesome. You just have to build it up and then it works.
Great.
All right, so look, you guys know that the temple is supposed to be behind the waterfall. So the waterfall, we will say it is, if I can get this to draw in blue. Can you see this drawing? This squiggle I'm putting across the page?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the waterfall. You guys have just come in through the waterfall.
Oh, well, Core is at the oars, and he's rowing, and he'll probably look at the other two and say, so, well, what do you think we should do? Should we just go through, or do you want to go for a swim?
I think maybe pulling the boat up near the rocks to kind of secure it before we dash out.
Yeah, I think we have to go through the waterfall, which is that blue line.
Yeah, sorry. On the map, you've already sort of gone through it. Pretend you're behind
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Pretend you're up here. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes, we've already gone
Sorry.
in. I get it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
what time of day is it?
Let's say it's
Is it bright?
it's still early morning.
Is this a pillar or like a little island? Or
These are fallen rocks, and they don't look very old. So they don't have much moss on them or things of that nature. They look like they've fallen in recent times, maybe in the last few weeks to a month.
and it looks like the water up here is just as deep.
Yes, so the water's about the same. Yep, in this area. Yep, the water's around the same.
I say we try to row. I don't want to swim.
All right, then we'll sit back and let me take over. And so Core will start rowing.
Is it dark in there?
It's pretty dark. It's all right where you are. You can see pretty well to here or so, where the red arrow is. But further down into this area, it's getting dimmer. It's a fair bit dimmer, yeah. Not a lot of light is penetrating down here.
I'll light up my lantern.
Okay. All right. I think you guys can move those tokens? Hopefully you can.
Okay, so we can move it now.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think we can move.
Hopefully you can
now.
move more. Can you move all those?
Yeah, so if we just put ourselves how we are in the boat,
Yep, that's fine. Yeah.
would he be in the middle if he's rowing?
Yeah, I figure us to be in
Maybe you should be.
I think I'd be at the. I think Core would be at the front.
Is Core in the front or the middle?
I think Core is
rows.
wherever the oars are. That looks like the oars are towards the bow. So I think that's where he would be.
Okay. I'll be in the middle then. Let's not get in the boat. Let's just move the boat.
Okay. So you guys are in the water, just pushing the boat.
No, we're in the boat.
Oh, sorry.
I meant,
he means in terms of the token. Yeah.
so
Yep,
we
gotcha,
don't have to move all the tokens.
Yeah.
We can just move the
Gotcha.
boat.
Okay, so this is the rough order. Okay, and then you're just going to move the boat around. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as you go a bit closer, you can see more. So you can see the pool that you're currently in, which is about 4 feet deep, begins to. There's a small little, I don't know what to call it, inlet. It's only that grid, that hex grid that you can see is it's about 5 foot per hex, say. But yeah, you don't have to stand, on it. It's purely just for measuring. You don't have to stand right in the middle of a hex. You can stand, wherever you want to be. It's completely fine. Okay, so with Wence's lantern, you can see, about that far down, and the sound of the falls is really loud. So in order to talk to each other, you're either using hand signals or you would need to yell or be talking in each other's ears practically to hear. But everybody give me a perception check, and if you've got detection, that will apply.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Core can't hear anything special. Wence, yep.
great success.
Oh, great success. Perfect. Okay, so Shand, despite the falls being so loud, you can hear a strange. It sounds like, it's a strange distortion. It's a strange distortion. I'll see if I can get it to work.
Like flies?
Yeah, something like that, but it's only very faint. You can't hear it very well over the sound of the falls. And it seems to be coming from further in this inlet down here.
Oh, let's just go back then.
All right.
Do we want to get on that landing, or do we want to check out the rest of the water?
Yes, you can see a stone landing here.
Or do you want to go forward to see what's down here? What is this landing like? Is that like a stone dais that's coming out of the water, or wood, or?
Yep, it's made of stone. Yep, there's a lot of moss and algae growing on it. It looks pretty slippery, but yes, it's not going to crumble or fall apart.
Core would probably try to suggest just to keep rowing and see how far the water reaches, and then get a little bit better of a lay of the territory before we land at the landing.
We're learning something about Core.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know if...
Sort of move down to here somewhere?
It makes me a little nervous because I feel like that's where the buzzing is coming from.
Core's probably interested to see what the buzzing is.
Yeah, you guys, you definitely think the buzzing is coming from in this dimmer area that you can't see at the moment. If you get closer, obviously things are likely to become clearer.
Alrighty.
Well, if the buzzing seems to be coming from down there, the way the water is flowing, maybe it would be a better idea just to tie off at the landing and see if we can disembark and figure out what the buzzing is from there.
Okay. Okay, so if the boat gets to here somewhere, and you tie it off and jump onto the landing, I'll just show you a bit more of that area. The lantern reveals.
We're all jumping off on this lane.
Yep.
Is it just me, or does David sound a lot like me?
It is a bit similar.
Yeah, I thought I was hearing myself at first, and then I said no.
Talking to you.
All right, so you can see the landing it's about, I don't know, 20 foot by 15 foot, something like that. It's all stone. It's all very old looking. It's not really too worn. It's pretty protected here under the waterfall, the cave. But very green, a lot of algae on it. And it looks a little slippery. Down here, you can see that there are some stalagmites and stalactites. Sorry, which one hangs from the roof? Stalactites hanging from the roof here.
Stalactites from the roof.
Yep.
Gotta get those right.
Yep, I know. And you can see some creatures. They're hanging from the stalactites, and they're sort of giant. The best description might be the horrible giant mosquito-like creatures that are clinging to the stalactites, and they're sort of fluttering their wings. They're sort of bat-like wings, but they flutter very quickly, almost like a sort of hummingbird style fluttering. But they don't seem to be, from what you can tell, they're not really stirring much. They're sort of they're sitting there fluttering. That's all you can really tell at the moment. But you're probably close enough.
Perhaps we could sneak past. Is there anything over here?
No, here is just wall as far as you can tell. Just an area where, maybe they used to unload, bits and pieces from their ship.
Would Cor at all be able to identify those insects or those creatures?
If he's got wilderness law, very, very likely he could.
Okay, he does. Should I make a check?
Yep.
What are you guys clicking to get like the circles to pop up and all that?
Circle is hold your left clicker down.
There you go. Yeah, you ping it on the screen.
Pinging, and if you want to show an arrow, he has some arrows out here that we can move.
Yep,
also, you can just go to the circle with the comb on it, and then you can do arrows like this.
The circle of the cone, it just says like.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
Yeah, they're good.
And then click where you want to
that cone
start.
thing's good, isn't it?
I'm learning things.
And if you hold Control Q, I think. Maybe that's not it. I don't know. Anyway.
So Cor's succeeded on his wilderness lore checks, trying to see if he remembers anything like this from his days on the plateau or out in the wilderness.
Yes, all right, he definitely does. He remembers that he identifies them as urges, which I'm sure all you guys know what they are. I probably don't need to go into any details, but they're blood-sucking giant mosquito-like things with they've got 4 little hook-like arms or legs, I guess. So their usual strategy is to pierce you with their needle-like proboscis or nose, and then latch on with their hooked legs, and then they try and drain all the blood out of you. So in terms of numbers, you can see at least, let me have a look. Okay, here we go, let's see. At the moment, you can see, you can already see 6 hanging down from some of those stalactites around this area here. I'll see if I can grab a little token thing.
They don't seem to notice us yet.
No, so at the moment, the waterfall is easily drowning out your sounds.
They look like bats. Maybe they don't see the light.
Yeah, true.
Lead us past Core.
So Kor readies his axe and his shield, and since Kor has encountered these guys a time or two in the past, he'll say to his companions just to watch out. These guys are real pests, real annoying, and we're going to try to sneak by. Kor, however, unfortunately, is burdened down by heavy armor, so he's going to have disadvantage on any kind of check to sneak by. So it's going to be clanking along there.
Okay. And was that just an ordinary success? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, just
all right.
an ordinary.
Yep. Yeah, I think you. Yeah. Okay. No. So for an ordinary success, that's really all you know. You're not sure how they, what their manner of seeing or detecting.
I wasn't acting like I knew.
No.
Talking
Yep.
crap.
No. Got it. I just meant for that wilderness law check that Core did. Yeah. If there was any other info. Okay. Yeah. But so currently they seem to be, sleeping or. Yeah, you guessed they're sleeping.
Well, Kor figures we might as well give it a try to sneak by undetected, so he will lead the way as sneakily as he can muster in his heavy ringmail.
Following Kor's example.
All right.
He's going to pull his spear out and crouch down and start moving in that direction.
Wow, David really sounds like me. It's weird.
All right, let's do some dex checks then. If you've got stealth, that applies, obviously.
Excellent.
Oh, dear.
No.
Wow, Kor with the disadvantage succeeds. Amazing.
All right, 2 out of 3 is probably it.
You want to re-roll it?
You only get one of those right now, so...
Short rest. Get it back.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we'll give it a reroll.
If we can sneak by with no trouble, it feels like it's worth it.
Boom.
He does. All right. Well done. Okay, so yes, you can keep moving down. Oh, hang on. I'll just reveal it first. Here we go.
Your breathing is so loud sometimes.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to move.
It's all good. It cracks me up.
All right, so you can see
It's so much better.
there's a door down the bottom there, and you also can count 2 more of these creatures hanging on stalactites towards the back. So you can now see the full extent of this pool/cave. Doesn't go much further down. There's a door here, and you can see the walkway. Doesn't go much further. But yeah, you guys can position yourselves wherever you like. Actually, I'll show you a picture of the door.
Check.
As Kor would know. Is it locked?
Can you see this door image on the left side of the screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so it looks something like that. It's stone. It's all around stone, and there's 2 big. It's a double door with. It's got these strange nodules on it. You can't see just by having a quick look at it when you first arrive. You can't see any obvious lock or handle to pull or push on.
So Kor peeks over his shoulder and looks at Wence and says, "Wence, what do you make of this?"
It looks like a door, Core.
Listen, I might be a thuel, but I'm not stupid. Okay, I know it's a door. I'm not talking about the door. I'm talking about these bumps on the door. What do you make of them?
Let me have a look. Wence will run his hands around them. Some of them look like they're pitted. Some of them still look like they're bulbous or something.
Yeah.
Did you notice anything strange about them?
Mm-hmm. So when you inspecting them closer, you can see that some have been pushed in, sort of depressed in, and others are sticking out. And having a look at the edges of around the circumference of the various buttons, I suppose. Yeah, you quickly form the view that they can be that all these buttons can be pressed.
Can I decipher a pattern?
You can. Let's call that an int check, I think.
Nice.
Oh, great success. Yeah, so you're looking at you poking at these buttons, or do you want to actually poke? Oh, anyway, it's great. It's fine. So you poke at them from time to time, and you can hear clicks and movement behind the door. And it actually also looks like that you can tell that some of the buttons seem to get pressed. There's not much algae, or there's not much dirt on some of the buttons. Look cleaner than others, as if they're being pressed more often. So with a little bit of pushing and careful testing, at some point you've got a certain number of buttons pressed in a particular order, and you hear a very audible click from the door.
How long would I think it's been since those ones have been pushed? Like a recent thing?
Yep. Does everyone want to give me a perception check, and detection will apply if you've got it.
You said everyone?
Yeah, everybody. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, another great success from the wizard. Oh, success, sorry. That was the earlier one. Okay, David Ford didn't notice anything, but so Wence, gets as you're looking at the door, and then you're looking at the ground, and you're looking around, you begin to notice that there are some tracks, there are some faint tracks in this area. You're not really sure what they're humanoid type tracks. You're not sure what they are. They're certainly not sort of booted tracks, but there's some kind of footprints here, and you get the impression that something has passed through here, in as recently as the last few days.
Sorry, Steve, did you say they were booted tracks or they were not booted tracks?
Not booted.
In that case, Core would like to examine them and see if they come from a man or a beast.
Okay. Yep. Intelligence check, I think. Okay.
Would wilderness lore apply to that or no?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, very good.
Great success. Okay, so you're able to you managed to find one particular track which is quite clear, and it looks like it doesn't look like an animal track. It looks like it's something that's bipedal, and it has a very broad, very it's a like a webbed type footprint.
Core will probably look at his companions and say, well, whatever made these tracks looks like it's something between man and beast.
So, do we think the door can be pushed open?
Yeah, you do.
I'll switch places with Core and have him open it and cover him with the crossbow. Keep your spear ready for those sturges.
Yes, I turn around and definitely keep an eye.
Okay.
Okay, so Core will then push the door open.
Okie doke.
Ooh, I'm giddy with intensity.
All right, you can see that apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, about that far. So the lantern light spills into this corridor beyond. It's a stone corridor that's obviously been built, not a natural cavern. Although at this area here, towards the Oops. Towards the end over here. Oh, you probably can't see that exactly. Anyway. Towards here, this is starting to turn into, you see a little bit of this looks more like natural cavern formation over here in the corner. But otherwise, this is a, man-made or humanoid-made corridor, and it branches off to the south just here. In terms of what you can, it's very cold inside. It's a little bit, damp. The rumbling of the falls really echoes all through here. So you can't really. It would be quite hard. To hear anything, down these corridors, at least from where you're standing at the moment.
All right. Keep your eyes peeled for traps, Core, and I'll watch up in front of you. I obviously would have to set the lantern down if I fire my crossbow, though. And you can't shoot a light crossbow one-handed, right?
Actually, I think the light one, you can't. You need 2 hands to reload it, but if you've got it prepped and ready to go, I think you can. Yeah, you can shoot it with one hand. The light crossbow.
All right. Nice.
All right, then in we go, says Core, and slowly starts to advance down the corridor.
Okay. Do you want to move your guy?
Yep. Bring him up there. Go about as far as this corner here first.
Okay.
Okay.
If move up to the next staircase, and if I can douse the light, do I see light coming from the south or the west?
If you put out the lantern just for a minute, you can see that there's some very faintly growing moss on most of the walls and floor and ceiling here. But there's definitely, it's very, very dim, so it only provides enough light just to sort of avoid you being in complete darkness. If you have to fight in that sort of very dim light, it'll be, as if it's heavily obscured. So with that 33% mischance and disadvantage on sight-based perception checks.
But you can
see okay.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
You want to come in and shut the door, Shand, but make sure we can get back out. Oh, dang, I can't hear him.
I can't hear him either at the moment.
Neither can
Yes, he just paused. I thought so.
Oh.
Yeah, so Shand is and he's going to like a rock or something that'll hold the doors, like they'll be closed, but it'll be held slightly ajar so that the locks can't re-engage.
Okay. Yep. So the door's slightly propped open. Yep, to prevent it from fully closing, but it's practically closed. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see which way Howard went?
Who's Howard?
Howard the Duck.
I know. Core doesn't know though.
Oh, sorry, I was talking out of character.
Yeah.
Do you know where the web-footed one went?
Well, let's see if I can see the tracks. And Core looks down. So, does Core notice the tracks leading off in any direction?
Yeah, the tracks are a lot clearer in here. You think that they're heading down to the south.
Down to the south. Okay.
Yep, down this corridor.
Right.
Over here in this is a natural cavern. This area to the west, and you can see a number of bones and sort of half-eaten fish, and even you think maybe could be the remains of some human corpses over here.
That seems like the wrong way to go. A web-footed humanoid would surely worship the Bhaomogg and would have the conch shell that we're looking for.
Yeah, Core certainly has no interest in becoming another one of the bodies in that cave, so he's all for heading to the south also.
Steer clear of death.
So to the south then?
Yes.
So Core will advance as far as the next landing there, the staircase.
Yep.
always keeping an eye out, watchful eye out for anything.
There's no like motion or anything immediately discernible in that cavern, is there?
There's a bunch of bodies in there.
No, you don't. You don't see anything. You don't see anything moving in there. No, no. It just seems like there's sort of a bit of a pile of. It's not a pile exactly. There's sort of
Treasure.
spread around. Yeah. Actually, why doesn't everyone just give me a quick perception check? Detection applies if you got it. Everybody, okay, yep, everybody, yep, you all discern that you're thinking some of the humanish corpses, whatever's left of them, there's a little bit of glinting coming from your lantern light, if that lantern's still going.
So it's fresh.
Yeah, they're not super fresh. The smell's pretty bad from where you are. But they're not, decade-old corpses. No. They're relatively, they're within the last couple of weeks or something. If not days, it's hard to tell. But they're not ancient corpses. No.
Looks like they might have some gold or something on them, says Core.
Let them keep it.
For once, Wence, I agree with you, says Core.
Move on.
And so yeah, Core's for moving on. He'll move up to the just right up here.
Okay, so from there you can see a fair bit. All right, so you can see 3 different doors. One to the east, one to the west, one to the south. The tracks are all around these areas, back and forth. They're sort of, a bit muddy, or little pools of water about the place. The doors are stone doors again, but they don't have any of those nodules or anything on them. You can see on the ground that the doors swing. They at least swing out towards the corridor. You can see markings on the ground where they've swung previously, and there's a little, there's a section carved out of the door where you can put your hand in and pull it.
Okay.
So at this point, yeah, okay, no. So the sound of the falls is still pretty. You can still hear it from here. I mean, the door is a bit open. The big double doors are a bit open, so some of that sound is still coming through. So you don't really notice any other sounds besides the falls at the moment, and your own footsteps and breathing as the lantern crackling as you move on down the corridor.
So we have 3 doors, my friends, says Core. Which one should we go through?
Perhaps we should move to the closest and see what we can hear.
Talking about me? I can do that.
I don't care. Whoever wants to.
Yeah, I was having trouble hearing you for a second there, Hobbs. That's okay. I can hear you now. Yeah, so
That was
just
my quiet voice.
so this I guess we'll move to this door here, the closest one right here on the left.
Okay.
To the west. Okay. And Core will these doors, there doesn't seem to be anything remarkable at these doors. No, none of those nodules you said, right, Steve?
No, yep. No nodules, just a little carved out section where you can put your hand in, and it clearly swings towards you. Whether it also swings in, you're not sure.
Yeah, so we'd have to pull this door open then, yeah.
It looks like it definitely pulls open. Whether it also swings the other way, you're not sure.
Okay. So Core would suggest that he pulls the door open while Wentz takes up position with the crossbow and points and gets ready to fire if they see anything untoward behind that door.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll fire from behind Shand.
Okay, great. Yeah, so Core would be ready to.
Over his head.
So we're gonna pull one of these.
I
Shannon
am
can
a
just
wizard.
duck.
I have the spear. I can stab over you.
So Core looks behind his shoulder again and says, "Okay, boys, on 3. I'll open the door on 3.
On 3 or right after?
No, on 3, not after 3. On 3. Okay, 1, 2. I'm not opening the door now. 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna open the door, but 1, 2, 3, and I open the door.
All right.
All right.
Inside, so the lantern light, yeah, it's fine. It illuminates this whole room. Inside, you can see so it's about 20 foot by 20 foot or by 15 foot, something like that. It's a chamber. It's filled with broken pottery and shelving, and there are murals on the walls depicting, perhaps it's this temple being constructed by the whatever it is, a civilization, you're not sure, that created it. And it also shows there's some other bits and pieces, but before we get to that, the main thing that you notice in this room are a whole bunch of straw and mud nests, and there are 1d6 plus 1. Let's see. Oh, there are 7. There are 7 creatures in here. Let me just grab them out. All right. So sorry, can you see this picture up in the top left?
Yeah, ugly thing.
So it looks sort of like a frogman, but it's got these big horns. It's like, you're not 100% sure what it is, but it most closely resembles some kind of half toad, half man. So when the door opens and the lantern light spreads out throughout the room, you think maybe they were sleeping or resting, keeping to themselves by and large. But the light comes in and they're very squinty with the light. They don't like it. They sort of move back into the corners, and then they start croaking, or they're croaking as they do this. So the croaking is reasonably loud. I don't know if you'd call it a surprised croak, but they're like, there's some croaking going on. And you'd think I'd be able to find a bloody loud croaking monster noise, but I couldn't. So you're gonna have to just imagine. All right, but you guys, you've definitely surprised them. So you've got a round if you want to do something before whatever happens after that.
So Core has the door open, and he's up against the wall with the open door. So
Yes,
I think Wence has the line of fire.
Well, I'm standing between him there, I think.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, if Core's just gonna shut the door on these guys, right? But
I don't think that'll work.
Yeah, I don't think he would naturally do that anyway. So he's probably inclined to just charge in with the axe. And
I'll cast Insidious Slumber.
Okay.
Okay.
Way over here.
All right. Well, you guys can choose whatever order you want to go in.
Yeah, let Wence go first, I guess.
Yeah, let's see what kind of crazy thing happens.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me find that spell. What is it?
I've had some great dark and dangerous effects at my table.
Nobody picked magic casters or magic users.
Oh, really?
They're all afraid of it.
But it's so fun when it goes off. All right, so Hobbs, that does a 15-foot radius, which is probably the whole room. Yes, it is. 44 hit dice worth of creatures. Friend or foe, no luck save. Yeah, you could easily. Yeah, okay. It's yep. And then you may as well do that first, and then do the DDM check to see if anything triggers.
What am I doing here?
10.
It's 44.
Okay. Yep.
One target up to 10. Nice.
And now DDM.
Yep. So that's so DDM starts at 3 because we just assume that on the trip over you had to use some kind of magic. So totally fine. Okay. All right. So nothing weird happens from the spell. It goes off without a hit. Do you want to describe how it works?
Oh, yeah. So he pulls out some sparkly dust from one of the mini pouches that he has and slaps his hands together, and the dust flies into the room and affects them.
Okay, and where do you want the center of it to be?
The back corner, back here.
Back there, okay. So we'll just say that it extends out from there. So basically this guy, it gets 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All those, I've just deleted them off the page, but so they all just crumple down and begin this very awful sounding snore, croaking snore. They just collapse on themselves, fall down, straight to the ground. And there's all sorts of straw and mud style cribs in here, so they sort of fall back down onto there. Although it's sort of only half up off them anyway, I guess, when you guys came in. But they just collapse and they're out of it. But these two, the remaining 2, still seem to be, they're not sure what the hell's going on, and they croak louder and louder, but they don't seem to be affected by the spell.
Or if you go left, I'll go right.
Sounds good to me. Now, Steve, are they considered surprised? The ones that are not asleep, I mean?
Yep.
Okay. So
This is like your free round, yep.
So that would be like an attack with the advantage on the attack. Then.
Yeah, true. Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, so Core, as Shan suggested, Core will go left over to this guy here and take a swing with the axe.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. With the advantage, there we go.
Oh, yes, easily.
All right.
Let me just roll these hit points. Ooh. Okay, he's a pretty tough looking toad thing, this guy. That's a serious slash down his side, but it's mostly turned away by one of these hard looking horn spines. So it sort of turns at the last minute, but it's a good solid blow. He's clearly hurt from that, and he recoils back, towards the wall.
Okay, would Core be able to add a minor exploit on top of that?
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so Core really wants to hammer this creature down, hopefully try to knock him prone, so his next swipe will just come down on him very easily. So I'm going to try to knock him prone.
Okay, so we'll do, let's just call that opposed strength check, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so you definitely win that contest, and so yeah, as you bring that sword down on him, he turns, part of it's deflected, but it knocks him off his feet, and he's on the ground.
Okay, excellent.
So you do the exploit after the roll?
I'm pretty flexible with it. If someone wants to give it a try, yeah, happy to let them do it.
So Shand will get 2 attacks. He gets an extra if he uses the spear one-handed, right? Because of the martial arts.
Yep.
All right. So Shand coming in, he's gonna go and spear with the one, and with his offhand attack, he wants to try to punch it in the gut or wherever he thinks will knock the wind out of it, so it stops croaking.
Okay, so if you punch it in its very bulbous throat sac, you think you'll prevent it from croaking for that round. Yep.
Okay, so for the first.
Six.
You're supposed to have advantage, though.
Oh, true. Yep. Go again. 10. Let me check. That is actually a miss. So the first blow, the spear comes in, and it manages to fend it off with its clawed hand. Sort of strikes the wall. Yes, definitely hit. Oh, that's a massive hit. 8 damage. Okay.
Punched him in the croak sack.
Yeah. He really did. I've rolled his hit points already. He's actually still alive, but it is a massive blow. He's on his very last legs. He staggers backward, falls against the wall, and down onto his haunches, sort of thing. And he's clearly not able to breathe very well. He doesn't make any noise except like a grunt of pain. All right, and is that everybody for this round? For the surprise round? I think so.
I think that's all three, yeah.
All right, dex checks for you guys, and we'll start round 2. Oh, yep. Wence is... Okay, you all go first. Any order you like.
Can Cor go first and just try to finish off this creature at his feet? I didn't hear anything for that.
I'm good with that.
Yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. All right. So he's going to do that, and considering that this creature is prone, Steve, would he get any kind of bonus for this next attack?
+2 when something's prone.
+2. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And here we go.
Easily. Yep. You finish him. You can, however you want to describe it.
So Cor just brings the axe down, vertical slash, just tries to split his skull, or if this thing even has a skull, whatever it is, whatever's in its head, Cor's going to split it.
He definitely has a skull. He has a very big skull. But yeah, that axe just cleaves it, wide open. No problems at all. All right, so he's gone. And so Wentz or Shand?
Go ahead, Shand.
So
Okay, so he said he attacked with his spear, missed, but set him up for a hammer fist punch that hit AC 19 and did 7 points of damage, ripped off his horn and stuck it in his eye.
Oh, dear.
Awesome.
But he didn't really say anything about the horn or the eye. I made that up.
All right, very good. He's definitely dead, so we can take him off. Okay.
Okay, I think we're good to go then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Sorry, guys.
No. That's really clear now. All right, well...
I hammer fisted the dude, killed him. Then we lost connection.
Yes, so definitely Yep, so all the guys in this room are gone. They're dead or asleep. All the guys on the... There's sort of 5 guys, I think, on the... I've taken them off the thing, but they're asleep over here in a magical slumber, which I think lasts a very long time, or depending on what you want to do with those guys.
1d4 hours or something.
Yeah, okay. All right, so they're basically out of it. Right, I'm just going to make it d20 roll. 3, yeah.
I'm going to ask Core if he can tell if these were the things that were making the footprints.
Yeah, so Cor will go and examine their feet and see if he can figure that out. Roll a wilderness lore.
Mm-hmm.
Great success.
Yeah, yep. He thinks for sure that they match up. Yep.
All right, well, maybe we're alone down here then.
So
let's move on to the next door while we can. Whoa.
I don't know what that was.
you hear this noise coming from the north.
Uh-oh. Guys, I think there's something coming up behind us.
From the north?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the north, so the way we came.
From sort of...
Let's douse the light and hide ourselves with the sleeping dudes.
All right. What do you want to do?
You're going to climb in with the sleeping?
Yeah, I'm going to douse the light, and then I'm going to climb in with the sleeping dudes with my crossbow in a place where I can shoot somebody if I need to.
You can still see a little bit from the glowing luminous moss, yeah. Biome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Cor will take a position just around the corner beside the door there, and if something walks in, he'll be in a position to take a hack at it.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side of the door.
You guys, hide.
And so Kor looks over at Wence and says, "A thuel never hides."
All right, awesome. So you do hear that call a couple more times, and then something does come through this door. Let me grab the picture.
Oh.
Okay, can you see that thing in the top left? I've just substituted. It looks something like that. It is. So it is. I mean, you've probably heard of these. They're not. It's 9 foot tall. It's got an eel-like body. Its upper body looks like that, and it makes that awful sort of keening noise. And it sort of bursts into the room. And I think
Does it notice us?
yeah, I mean it doesn't notice Hobbs hiding away, but it certainly notices Shand and Kor on either side of that doorway. You get the impression it can see in the dark just fine. So I think we'll just do initiative rather than some kind of surprise roll, because it sort of knew that something was going on down here when it arrived. So
Could I have fired right away when it opened the door? Or?
yeah, you can do that if you like. Yep. Oops.
Oh, fumble. Nice.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Roll percentage.
Yeah, I think so. With a fumble, a fumble on a ranged attack, instead of rolling that percentage, you automatically, instead of the 33% chance, if you would normally miss shooting into a melee where there are allies, you just automatically re-roll your attack. So it's worse than
Against one of those.
yeah, against one of us. So let's say even is Shand. It's a 4, so it's Shand. That bolt is coming for Shand. All right, let's see what happens.
Oh boy.
No, he's gonna.
This friendship's just changed.
Oh shit! It's a hit.
Oh,
It's
no.
a fucking heap of damage as well.
Cripes.
Shand, have you got any abilities to
I'm gonna use my formless water. Oh, it's not gonna matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter because I get
Can I use my reroll pool on this die? On this? Nope, not on attacks, right?
No, not on attack.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's unlucky. That's very unlucky.
I'm definitely unconscious.
Oh my god. I didn't even know they were in melee, to be honest. But
Well,
that's
I mean,
cool.
yeah, I mean, I suppose that's right. He could have been. Well, the thing is, I guess by the time he opens the door, they're sort of on either side. It's like close enough that.
It actually seems kind of accurate for Wentz. It's terrible.
All right. So no one else can do anything or wants to do anything. Otherwise, that's it. Wentz is down.
So Kor did win initiative there. So was he able to do something right now?
Well, you can always do your rescue exploit.
Yeah, that's right. You can always do those if you want.
That's true. You know what? That's a good idea. I think Kor will try to do that, and what he would try to do is just with his shield, just lunge in and deflect the bolt that's headed for Shand.
Yeah, that's totally doable.
And with his protector style, he automatically succeeds on the dex check to trigger a rescue exploit.
Boom.
Oh yeah, okay. Awesome.
So I guess
Right,
he
yep,
would just
he's got
have-
the protector style. Okay.
So he would just have to make the luck check then. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so here it goes.
Nice.
Does it?
Success.
Oh, you can describe it.
So, out of the corner of Kor's keen thuel eye, he sees Wentz. He doesn't know how the shot goes off the way it does. Perhaps he slipped on one of those the frogman's flipper or whatever it was. But he sees the crossbow arc dangerously close to Shand, and then sure enough, the bolt looses off. So Thor, thinking quickly, just lunges in, shield arm, deflects the bolt before it has a chance to bullseye Shand. all the while secretly in the back of his mind just cursing Wentz, probably once again. He imagines he's probably cursed Wentz a couple times, but this time is no different.
Perfect.
So, Steve, should I move Core up here now then? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there he is.
Does he have to sacrifice his shield then, or no?
No, that's just a point of luck.
Yeah, but
Okay.
so his luck will decrease now to 10.
Yep.
Seems accurate.
Okay, well, it's initiative then.
So, well, I think everybody rolled, right?
Yeah,
oh,
we
sorry,
rolled
you already rolled.
initiative.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Oh, you
I
guys
did
all
not.
went first.
I was
You
like
guys
my
went first.
surprise attack.
Yep, so you guys all go first. Okay. All right, so Hobbs, the creature knows you're hiding there now because of the arrow shot, bolt shot.
Yeah, I'll reload.
Oh, for you.
I'm still going to try and use these toad men as cover
Okay.
until they wake up.
Oh my god, that's. I mean, they have to be sort of slapped awake. They won't wake up just from stepping on them. All right. So Shand and you guys can decide how you want to go.
Shan, how about Shan goes first, just to congratulate his survival right there.
All right, yeah. So, so I guess he's just going to he kind of like nods at Core for blocking. Takes a stab through the doorway to hit whatever this.
Yep, they're known as Argosan Stranglers. Ooh, a 10 is not quite enough. Nope. So as that spear comes shooting in, it sort of manages to flick it away with one of its tentacled arms. Oh, crit!
Hey, critical! Look at
Holy crap.
it's max die and your level.
Max die plus half level round up.
Cool, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the crit damage is already there. It shows up on the attack.
Yeah, I think you got to put it in the sheet, but if it is in there, it should just come up. That
Yeah,
seems about
it
right
showed
because
up.
it'd be D6 plus 1 plus strength bonus.
Well, it should be 9.
Yeah, it should be
my
9,
strength
actually.
bonus
Oh,
is
okay.
because I
Right.
bumped up, yeah.
Oh, yep, just need to adjust that.
Yep, there you go.
Okay, so that's a massive blow. It smashes it in the face, and blood comes pouring out of its mouth as some of its teeth go flying. But it is not down. It's definitely staggered, though. And just so everyone knows, there is a second one behind it. See this one? This second one behind it is about twice as big as this one. It's just a real fat, massive one compared to this one here.
Okay, so if Core's ready to go, then he's going to follow up with another swipe of the battle axe.
Okie doke. Yeah. Okay. Takes him down. Exactly 6 HP.
Excellent.
You can describe that takedown.
So Core just swings horizontally this time, tries to cut into this fleshy, rubbery neck area of the creature. Probably severs its head, and when he does so, he turns back to look at Wence and says, "Now that, Wence, is how it's done."
All right. Awesome.
Did he say how it's fun?
My accent isn't that thick. Stop saying that.
Wentz reloads.
All right. Wentz reloads, and then it's the beastie's turn, so he will move in.
Bring it on, beastie.
He will charge. What the hell? What does charge do again? I need to look up my own rules. I think it's +2 to hit.
Yeah, +2 to hit.
And then you guys get advantage or something to...
All attacks against it until its next turn will have
turn.
advantage, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. It's pretty cranky. It just saw its mate go down, so it comes charging in. Righto, here we go. So I've got to add 2 to this.
Mm.
Okay, so it's definitely a hit. Unless anyone does anything special, but it's only 3 damage. So it bites on. Let's see who it was. So even it's Shand. No, it's Core.
All right. Core take a little bit of a bite there.
So
Is it supposed to do extra damage when it charges?
Let me check. I don't think so.
No, I think it's just a +2 to hit.
Nice.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that all you got, Beastie? Says
That
Core.
is all he's got. He's only got 1 attack. Next round.
We rolling again for initiative?
Yep.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, everyone goes again.
I'll fire first.
Wentz,
We have
aim true.
Okay,
We have
because
advantage, you said?
yep, advantage, but because he's sort of meleeing with these guys, it effectively gets 2 points of cover.
Okay.
Yep.
Aim true, Wentz.
I don't know how to add advantage on attack. Oh, here it is. I found it.
Or just roll it twice, yeah.
Yeah. It's just the drop down there. You click quickly and it goes in.
18. It is a hit, even with its cover. 7 damage. Pretty good. All right, that's, it pierces it in the shoulder. It's definitely hurt. You can see this greenish blood coming down from its shoulder, but sort of swings its shoulder back and just roars.
Is that from a movie, that sound?
I can't. Some movie that I nicked, yeah. All right, who's
It
next?
sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar, yeah.
So, unless Core's going to go, I was going to hit him with a fist, try to disable him for his neck.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got to roll the attack first before I say I'm.
I
guess I say I'm going to use it, and it goes.
Yeah.
Swings.
Yes, that is a hit.
So he gets with that, and then so he makes luck. We'll say fail,
Okay. Fails.
and then follow up with the spear. His other. He's the.
Okay, it's definitely when you hit him with that massive fist attack. It like doubles over in pain. You happen to hit him in the equivalent of the solar plexus or something for this creature, so it's staggered already. Yep, and then sorry. Oh, so is that another 7? No, that was the stunning strike, wasn't it?
That was the Iron Fist stunning strike, yeah.
Yep.
And so do I still get the second attack, or
Yeah. Still get your spear.
since he comes in with the spear then?
Yep, that's a hit.
advantage, right?
That's a hit.
Well, either.
7. Ooh, so that spear tears out part of its guts and they spill onto the ground. It's still alive, but it's only just hanging on, and it's like reeling in. It's concussed. It's concussed from that stunning strike from earlier. So what does
Core
that do?
doesn't think
He
it's
misses
gonna
his
be
go.
alive for long.
No, yep.
What's that? He loses. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, loses next action, doesn't he? I think.
Does that mean he's still at a +2 for us? Because he didn't get a turn.
No, but he does lose his. So you guys basically get a free round on him. I think you're going to finish him. All right. So you guys go.
Core.
So Core's going to go now, still originally with that advantage from the charge, and he's just going to swing that battle axe in an upward arc. And
Oh yeah, done. Finished. You finish him.
once again, Wentz, that's how it's done.
I've never heard of a gun.
All right. So with that massive axe, he just like takes the head off the creature and it collapses to the ground, and awful green blood spills everywhere across the chamber. I can take him off. Okay, we
I'll
handled
take
those
my
two
axe
beasties.
over one of those pea shooters any day.
Fair enough, my good friend. Fair enough.
All right. So that battle has made a fair bit of noise as you stand there panting. And even though the falls are still pretty loud, you can hear some. You detect some more croaking noises coming from the east. Sorry, didn't catch all that.
I was gonna point the arrow. So from that direction,
Yeah. Yep.
the other room.
Mm-hmm.
I think they know we're here, says Core.
Can I hear anything through the door to the south?
No.
Maybe leave the croakers as a diversion. South.
Sounds like a good idea to Core.
These creatures seem unholy. I'll shove my short sword into one of them laying here. Finish these off and we'll head south. Shut that door and maybe spike it or something, and we'll see to go to the south and see.
Yep. Okay, you can definitely do that. You can just finish any of those sleeping guys automatically.
Core will happily do that.
Punching the spear through a couple of their heads.
Yep. All right. So within, it only takes a few seconds, and they're all terminated. Okay. Then this door. If you want to open this door.
You said we can't hear anything.
Nope. Can't hear anything from the south. You can just see a short corridor that ends in another door.
Perfect. Keep going.
Okay.
Slowly push that one.
Yep.
Who has the torch?
I do.
There's the you said the moss and stuff.
Yes. Yep. There's moss, so you can see, a little bit. If you get close, it provides some dim light, but not enough to really see very well by. It's enough to just sort of get by. It's better than completely. Actually, so you can see that this opens up into something else over there. All right. So at this point, you can hear croaking coming from other directions. So there's coming from over here. Ooh. From the west. This room beneath you is not loud. You can't hear anything. But there is also, you hear splashing. Some kind of splashing, but no croaking coming from the east.
Finally that chance with some nereids.
All right, so in the middle of that corridor, you can hear
Splashing to the door to our...
croaking over here, splashing over here. Nothing down here, down the south.
Core suggests heading to the south.
Okay.
The croaking, we have an idea of what...
Well, what was that, David?
I said, with the croakers, we know more or less what we're getting into there. We could push the door open to the south if everybody's on board.
I'm on board.
Yep.
Okay, the door to the south, when you try and open it, you can tell that it's not going to open easily. Jammed, or they've done, when you have a closer look at the edges of it, you can see they've put some kind of mud around it to, kind of attempt to seal it.
Core's eyes immediately widen. He says, "Aha, the be behind this door. They're trying to hide it from us."
Care to give it a go?
Stand back, says Core. Core stands in front of it, And he's just going to try to... Steve, what's the door made of? Is it also stone?
It is stone, yeah.
Then Core's just going to put a ring-mailed shoulder into it, just with all his strength, to try to bust that door down.
Okay, strength check. You can athletic supplies if you've got it, of course.
Excellent. Okay. Great success.
Yep, you bust that down.
Oh, that door.
All right, so in here you can see there is... It used to be some kind of old reading or meditation style room. It's littered with... It is littered with broken sort of shelves and other bits and pieces. Any books that were in here are long crumbled to dust or unreadable. If you tried to pick them up, they disintegrate. But in the center of the room is a large creature. Looks something like this. You can see this other doorway out, but this frog is extremely large. Not that large. It's large enough that it would have a lot of difficulty getting through that door. But you think with a bit of squeezing, it could. Okay, let's just say it's like that. All right, and it sort of stirs as you bust the door open. It clangs against the wall, and it sort of shuffles around. Actually, when you first come in, it's got its butt facing you, and it sort of shuffles around in this massive nest, and gives off an enormous rib cage rattling croak.
Yeah, so I think Core instinctively is just going to shut the door, but perhaps that might be in vain since he busted it.
Slow it down, probably.
Well, in either case, Core is not going to rush in after this thing. If it looks like it's possibly too big to get through the doorway easily, he's probably just going to keep his distance for now.
Yep, cool. Okay.
Probably
Wence,
draw back a bit.
Shand and Wentz, do you want to do anything?
I'm gonna go down and maybe peer around.
Okay. Yep.
Before we decide.
Did he get the door shut?
Yeah. Yep. You can shut the door if you want to shut it.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, so that's what he would do.
Because you do sort of. It was asleep. It wasn't really expecting anything to happen. It just sort of shuffles around and then you close the door. Okay, Shand, you can see that beyond that corridor is really just a large hallway, I suppose. So around this hallway are murals, and they include various depictions of beaches and large lagoons, and one disturbing image of a priest blowing on a conch shell, and there is some kind of tentacled monstrosity coming out of the sea.
Is there any? There's no creature.
No, there's nothing. There's no creatures in this room.
I said Shand, seeing all of the tapestries and everything, is going to kind of absent-mindedly walk towards the one with the shell, do what he can to put heads or tails.
Okay. Yep. The you can probably make an intelligence check. Let's do that.
Just basic intelligence.
Yep. Oh, if you got divine law, you can add that.
What's that?
Oh, if you, divine law applies if you got it.
I don't have divine.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I don't have any. Yeah. I'm clueless.
All right. Yes, you're not quite sure. I mean, you can't make anything more than what you can draw, what you can infer from the drawings themselves.
How old do they look?
They look very old. They're very faded, these tapestries. And they're smeared with I don't know, mud and junk. You sort of have to scrape a little bit off to see what's going on, but other parts are clear enough. Okay, by about this time,
Croaking. Oh shit.
yeah, this door busts open, and this thing's trying to squeeze its way out of this door.
We've got company.
Is there anything? Well, I guess is there anything like immediately available around that we might be able to stop from squeezing through?
There's no real furniture. No, this is more like a display hallway for the murals.
Yeah, so Sham is going to spin around with the spear, put it in, is taking in both hands, ready to strike.
So it looks like it's going to have to squeeze its way through, right?
Yep. It's not going to have an easy time getting through
So
there.
when it's trying to do that, Wence is going to go around through the other door and attack it from behind.
Oh, nice.
I have reach. I can stand far off. And
Yeah, in fact, I think you might be able to stand behind Core. If Core stands in front of you here,
Yeah.
would Shan still be able to reach like over Core's shoulder with the spear?
Yep, definitely. Yep.
Well, Core will very happily make the first stroke there with the axe. Or do we have to roll initiative?
Yeah, actually, we should roll initiative. Okay.
Do that.
So we've got two go first, and then one fail.
Shand will be going.
So can Wentz run across there and then fire his crossbow from the back?
Yep, definitely.
12.
Ooh, 12. That is a miss. Glances off its.
Bounces off. It's rubbery skin.
It's rubbery skin. Yep.
Okay, so Core will take a nice upward swing with his axe.
Okie doke.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Massive.
And Core also causes natural 19 effects on a natural 20 in addition to a natural 19.
Right, so what is he armed with again?
Battle axe, so the target must roll on the injuries and setbacks table.
Oh, shit. Okay, roll d20.
Yay.
Six.
I'm not sure it tops punch to the throat. Sack.
Broken ribs.
Ugh.
Whenever you suffer physical damage, you must make a con or will check, your choice. On a failed check, you lose your next action. Shit. Righto. Alright, well, it's got much better con than it has, actually. Yeah, it's got such a big con. Alright. D20. Yeah, it makes
Look at the size of its con.
Look at the size of that thing.
Alright, but so each time it takes damage, it's got to make a check to see whether it gets paralyzed by pain. Alright,
Nice.
but that's a big hit. That's a big hit. It takes a big chunk of flesh out of it. It's not technically staggered, but it's a big blow. So that's the bow, that's the crossbow, that's the axe man, and what do you want to do?
No, it's his creature next.
Oh, it's creature. Okay.
Shan likes initiative.
Okay. Let's see. So I guess he will attack. Core, who just smashed the crap out of it. Oh, it's a decent hit. AC 21 for 8 damage. So it's got a
Core
pretty
has
big mouth
one
on it.
That leaves him with 1 hit point.
Oh, Jesus. Alright, so that was, not anything special. Okay. In terms of the dice roll. Alright, so it just, crushes down on Core's arm, I suppose, and feels out in pain, but you're still standing. Okay, that's its go.
Shand, help me, damn it.
Shand is going to take the take the spear in both hands. So he gets a +1.
Yep.
Hit it in the mouth. It's got my arm. Get it off me.
Try to stab like right between the eyes.
Ooh. Alas, it thrashes about, and the spear sort of bounces off its hard skull.
Poor David. His rolls are killing it. Initiative?
Yep. So did you do your unarmed attack? It didn't come up for me. Oh no, because you're further away. You can't. I get it. You're using the foot at 10, the spear at 10 foot. Yep, gotcha. Okay. Yep, initiative. Oh.
Uh-oh.
So it doesn't seem like it would be able to quickly turn and hit.
Wence, no. Wence is safe. Yeah, you're safe on that side, yeah. It would take its whole turn to turn around.
So he splashes through this liquid or whatever's in this room and pulls out his short sword and tries to stuff it in its ace.
All right. Well, you get advantage on your attack roll and your damage roll. Okay.
All right.
The second one's better.
All right.
You can re-roll it damage if you want.
I don't know how to do the damage. I'll just roll it.
Yeah, just do it again.
Yeah, 4 instead of 3. I have a -1. I'm not very strong.
Oh, right. Okay. All right, 5 damage up the a-hole. It roars.
Yeah.
Let me see. What is it down to?
It's like a T-hole with a toad.
Yeah. All right, some kind of foul ichor comes pouring out of its that wound, but it's not. It's still technically not staggered. It still seems like it's got a lot of kick in it, and it flicks back with one of its feet, but you easily dodge it away. You see it coming. Who's next?
Missed me by that much.
That's the beastie.
The beast is
Oh,
next.
the beast. Shit. Okay. So the beast attacks. Tries to gobble up what's left of core. Ooh.
Do a rescue and try to get maybe jump in, dislodges.
Yep. You can do something. Yep, something like that. So what? Sorry, you cut out just at the end.
So Shand is gonna reach forward and brace spear pushed pressed in and try to pull muscle Core's arm out of the frog's mouth before he can gobble him.
Yep. Okay. So normally it's a dex check to happen quick enough.
Okay.
And then a luck check. Core's got that special ability to avoid the dex check.
Oh, right. Okay, so dex check pass, but it's
Yep.
contested, right? So
No, it's not. No, it's just a normal dex check. So you're agile enough to jump in there and do what you want to do before the creature.
roll a luck check now.
Yep, luck save. Oh.
And I already used my.
Yes, that is true. So yep, no, you can't quite do it. So you don't lose any luck or anything. But at the moment, Core's going to get hit.
Yeah, and he's going to get dropped.
Sacrifice your shield.
Oh, that's a good point. Yep, Hobbs reminded me I can use the shield to block a directional attack.
Yep, you can definitely do that.
I think Core's going to do that.
All right. Righto, so you lodge that shield in the mouth and prevent it from crushing down on you. We're going to call it a 50-50 chance the shield is fine, or otherwise it won't be able to be used for a little while. So under 50 is good. It is good. So the shield does not get crushed.
Excellent.
You can still use it as a shield for the +1 AC, but obviously you can't use it to negate an attack again until it's properly repaired
That's
back
right.
at a village or whatever. Yep.
Okay. Good.
Okay, cool. Yep. So you shove the shield in there. You managed to save yourself. Shan gave it his best shot, but wasn't able to get in there in time. Who's next?
Core and Shand.
My turn.
Yeah. So now it's us then, right?
I spent my action trying to save him.
No, it doesn't. No, rescue doesn't count. It's like it's just an extra thing you can do. It costs you that point of luck. That's the resource that you use up if you're successful.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can go ahead then, Dave, if you want.
All right. Yeah. So he's gonna come. Releases the spear from the. Gives him a thrust.
Yeah.
Yeah, does it. All right.
So modifiers. So yeah, he comes in.
Yep. It's officially staggered. Blood comes pouring out of its under its throat where it's. Yeah, you hit him in the throat, Zack, and it lets out a terrible croaking, painful sound. But it's not quite down. It's not down yet.
Okay.
Croak, Zack.
Pretty good. Pretty accurate hitting those sacks.
Go for the
Core's
sack.
gonna take another swipe at it with the axe now, trying to put it down for good.
Okay.
Looks like a good hit.
20, yes. Massive hit. 8 damage. Oh, it's very last legs now. It's sort of quivering, and it actually. Hang on, yeah, we'll do. Here we go. Let's see. 14. Yep, right. It sort of balls down into itself, and it obviously doesn't want any more. It doesn't want anything more to do with you guys. It just pulls itself down, and it's sort of rocking back and forth. Actually, it's trying to shift backwards now. It's trying to shift out towards. Oh, is it its go? No, it had its go, didn't it?
No.
Anyway, okay.
No.
You can tell that if it could run away, it would run away right now, but it can't. It's sort of stuck there. Yep, initiative, I guess. Okay, unless you guys go first.
All right. So Wentz will turn away and see if he can find anything in here of value.
Let me see.
And Shand can finish it off if he so desires.
All right. So, oh, yep, okay. Another 7. It is actually not quite down. It's almost there. It's really bad. It's looking good. There's blood pouring from multiple wounds, and it clearly wants to back itself out and get away from you guys, especially these two at the front. Is that all of Shan's go, or is there anything else?
Yeah. I only have the one.
Okay. Wentz, if you want to do a search, you can do a perception check to rummage around looking for something of value. Oh, great success. Okay, roll D100.
The magic conch.
Alas, it's not the magic conch, but you do find... Ooh! 12 gold coins, very ancient gold coins, plus roll another D100. 17. Ooh. You find a bronze-wrought wave of spectacular craftsmanship. It's a little idol of a wave. Not quite sure how much it's worth, but it's old. And it would definitely be worth something decent to a collector.
Good thing that's what we're here for.
That's right, you got the patron who wants the artifacts and junk.
Hello, I like money.
Okay. Core, are you after the beast?
Core is after the beast.
Okay, so it just backs itself out of this corner and just like croaks really loudly, like loud croaks. but it obviously doesn't want to fight anymore. Sorry?
Does that provoke a free attack?
Oh, yes, it does.
Moving away from him?
Yep.
All right.
You
Core will
bloodthirsty
take that free
bastards.
attack.
Yep, that's it. 3 damage, which is what it had left. Okay. Yep, you finished the beast with your battle axe. You can describe.
So as that beast backs away, it almost took Core's arm off, if not for the timely interposition of his shield. So he has no love for that beast, and with one righteous swipe downward, once again, he just buries his axe into the beast's skull. He's really fond of splitting skulls today.
So it's in the middle of this loud croak, and then just thunk, and it just drops. And that's it. Just silence. Apart from the blood pouring out onto the ground. All right, well, it is 2:15 in Australia here. We might have to call it there, I think. So it's up to you guys if you want to keep it going and put it over to next week, or it might even be the week after. Just I've got some holiday stuff going on here, or you can say that you're going to try and just escape from this place now. We'll do a party retreat test, and if you're successful, you'll get home. And I think we roll on the back. There's a back to base table just to see what state you're in, or if you suffer any other sort of losses on the way back. That's up to you guys. Or you might want to think about it and tell me another, later on.
I'd like to stay.
Yeah,
I'd like to
keep
stay.
going.
Yep.
Okay. All right, no, that's cool. Yep, more than happy to do that. So we'll try and pick it up again. I'll just see when I can squeeze in a game, whether it's next week or the week after, and depending on you guys, when you're free, and we'll work something out on Discord. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me, yeah.
Sounds great.